Go a walk-on punter in this program. Survivors, guys who have not only been survivors, they have become winners. Missouri will kick off, moving from our left to the right, north to south. The kick is away. It'll be taken by Gerald Benton at the 3-yard line, trying to angle to the right. He's at the 10, he's at the 15, he's at the 20, 25, 30. Benton is up to the 35-yard line. An outstanding return by junior college transfer Gerald Benton out of Bradenton, Florida. The tackle made by Mark Plunkett, the Tiger kicker. What a wall set by K-State. Well, great years at center for Kansas State. Paul Watson, another one of those seniors at quarterback for Kansas State. How could I leave him out? Tight end right. Russ Campbell, tight end left, is Al Jones. As there's movement on the offensive line, K-State may be called here for illegal procedure. Now a fight breaks out, and the umpire goes down. Toby Lawrence getting a start on the offensive line, a junior from St. Joe, Missouri. Mike Orr, junior from Paola, will start at tackle. Barrett Brooks, with almost 1,900 yards passing. He's the most efficient quarterback in Kansas State history this year with a 61% completion ratio, and he'll go down as one of the all-time quarterbacks. He'll join Carl Strauss. Missouri will be in a 4-man defensive front. 5-yard illegal procedure penalty against Kansas State's Russ Campbell, who had a false start on the right side tight end position. Ball on the left hash mark, single back. Throwing is Watson on first down. Looking right, throwing right, and his pass is overthrown. Wide open was Al Jones, the tight end at the 35.
Watson had Al Jones wide open, no defender within 7 yards of him, and he overthrew him. So the quarterback's going to have a tough time with the wet ball today. We'll see which quarterback does the best with it.
Two receivers to the right. Smith is in the slot. Back to throw is Watson. K-State wanting to run the screen. Watson is rolling right, now forced to run the football. Paul's up and out of bounds at the 35-yard line and will gain 5 yards as K-State wanted to set up the wide screen to the right. Missouri defense did well. Now Harold Major. Jermaine Wilkins is an outside linebacker. The left side outside linebacker is Travis McDonald. Third down, let's call it a long 10 for K-State football at its own 35. Back to throw is Watson. Sets up, fires a pass that is going to be tipped away. Nice defensive play by Travis McDonald, true freshman from Columbia, Missouri.
And Darrell Major were right there on the defense.
Sean Snyder will stand at his own 20-yard line. He's averaged this year about 41.5 yards a punt, an outstanding season. Not a good kick. The wind knocks this one down. K-State hoping for a little bit of a roll. Maurice Benson vacates the area, rolls inside the 25, and it'll be down at the 22-yard line, and Sean Snyder gets a roll. Benson has been the best, one of the best defenders for Missouri this year. Quarterback Phil Johnson with a spread formation on offense. Tight end left side. They hand it off up the middle, and getting the call is true freshman running back Joe Freeman. And he'll be stopped for no gain at the 22-yard line. Evans Price, nickel defense, nickel package on defense. Elijah Alexander, defensive end. Jody Killian, right side defensive end. Second down, 10 for Missouri. Football out of the shotgun at its own 22. Throwing is Johnson near side. Completes a pass up to the 29-yard line for a gain of 7. Making the catch was Brian Salih for Missouri. Football at its own 29.5-yard line. Spread formation, tight end left, ball on the right hash mark. Single back is Freeman. They play fake. Rolling right is Johnson. Pumping, now will run the football, has a first down. Scrambles for a first down at the 37-yard line.
177 yards rushing, includes sacks from a passing team. NCAA statistics include sacks, so really he's a much more effective runner than that stat would show.
Spread offense, wing set left. They try to run a sweep left side to Freeman. He's at the 40, explodes across the 45 up to the 50. Flag on the play as Joe Freeman with a nice 13-yard run and a first down. Jamie Mendez, K-State's free safety, made the tackle for the Wildcat defense, but this play may be coming back. State's football games this year, he had the Nebraska game and the Iowa State game last week. Split backs, first and 18 following the holding penalty. Phil Johnson will go out of the shotgun. He's got a flanker left, split in right. They're going to go in a draw play near side to the fullback and gets up to the 30-yard line and then goes down there. The fullback carrying the football for Missouri was Michael Washington. Joe, the 1-yard line. Shade over 12 minutes left to go first quarter, no score. Tigers again out of the spread. Shotgun formation with two backs in the formation, flanking Johnson. Play fake by Johnson. Back to throw. Steps up into the pocket. Now rolls left, being chased by Tony Williams. Now will fire the football complete at the 43-yard line. Making the catch for the University of Missouri was the tailback Joe Freeman. Roger Green made the tackle.
To fill the next lane so he couldn't run. But they left a man open, Joe Freeman, and somehow Johnson got rid of the football and completed the pass.
Third down, 4 for the Tigers. Football at their own 43. 11:15 left to go, first quarter, no score. K-State nickelback package, back to throw is Johnson. Throws a pass near side, that's deflected and incomplete, almost intercepted by Joe Boone. They'll rule that Joe Boone trapped the football after Roger Green deflected it. Missouri must punt the football. What about the nickel package by K-State defensively?
Kansas State's going to play the nickel package if Missouri has 4 wide receivers. On the first play of the ball game, they had a tight end in the game, and since then they've taken a wide number of defensive backs.
Mark Plunkett, 39-yard average, set back to punt for Missouri at his own 28-yard line. The long snapper, Chuck Cole, a junior from Jeff City, Missouri. Long count by the Tigers on 4th and 4. This is not a good punt. Off the side of his foot. Takes a Tiger roll, but Mike Smith picks it up on the bounce. He's at the 30, 35, 40. Mike Smith is run out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A poor job by Missouri of not containing the outside, and as senior Mike Smith takes advantage of it. The punt is 36 yards. The return by Mike Smith of 23 yards. Lance Knoll made the tackle for Missouri. Time had to punt on its first possession. They forced the Tigers to punt. On Old Mizzou's first time with the football, K-State's second drive start at their own 47. Sprint draw right to Gallon. Eric Gallon's across the 50. Gets into Missouri territory to the 48-yard line. And picks up 5 yards on first down before Tim Burke. Second down, well, let's call it 6 for K-State, just a gain of 4 by Gallon on first down. Missouri even front defensively, 4 men down with 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. I formation here for Kansas State with a tight end set left on 2nd and 6. Toss sweep near side to Gallon. Cuts upfield. He's at the 46-yard line for a gain of 3 on the toss sweep. George Hunt makes the tackle for Missouri. Stan, that's a play Kansas State hasn't run all that often.
6 guys in the offensive front. Kansas State will be able to run inside the tackles against that all day.
This time single back spread formation. Tight end set left. 3rd down and 3. Quarterback draw by Watson. He gets hit as he advances the ball to the 44-yard line and is short of a first down by a yard. A good hit by Lance Knoll of the University of Missouri. Stops Watson.
Every game for Kansas State.
4th down and a yard to go for K-State. They've got the punt team on the field with the ball at the Missouri 44. K-State will have a long snap count here, but the snap goes back to Snyder, trying to angle a field position punt that bounds into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line as Missouri fortunate the ball just inside the near pylon. 306 yards versus Kansas. In fact, 2 quarterbacks transferred out of the Missouri program because Phil Johnson is the guy. Handoff goes sweep near side, and it goes to Michael Washington. And Washington cut down after a short gain by nose guard Kelly Green.
A little shaken up.
Argo made the trip to Washington, but has not played in a varsity football game for Kansas State, although he's been a 4-year member of this program. K-State showing blitz. Long count on 2nd and 9 for Mizzou from its own 21. Johnson throws near side. Pass is completed to 25, and then he's bumped out of bounds. Pass caught by Byron Chamberlain. William Price bumped him out of bounds. K4-yard line. Chamberlain wide to the left. As wide to the right, Victor Bailey. Missouri will go out of the shotgun with 2 backs flanking. Now the snap is fumbled by Phil Johnson. He's in trouble, tries to throw the football away, and he throws it out of bounds. They'll rule it an incompletion. There was a receiver in the area, Joe Freeman. Kansas State will argue for an intentional grounding call, but it was simply a smart play by Phil Johnson just to get rid of the football to avoid a sack and a loss.
Field, and he was able to pick up the football before Joe Boone tackled him, but as Joe Boone was tackling him, he threw the football. He was just throwing it away, but the referee didn't call the penalty.
Mark Plunkett tries to get the kick away, and he does just in time. A high kick taken by Mike Smith at the 35, surrounded by Tigers, and he'll go down right at the 37-yard line. 41-yard punt, country and rushing defense. Yet Kansas State has not been able to move the ball or pick up a first down on their first 2 possessions. Tight end right is Russ Campbell. Handoff goes to Gallon. Gallon at the 45 leaps over 2 Tigers and gets up 2. Correction, goes down at the 43.5-yard line.
Kept Stacy Elliott, probably their best defensive lineman, away from this football game.
Toss sweep right side on 2nd and 5 to Gallon. Looks for a blocker. Tries to lean forward. Will gain positive yardage, but not much. Will be short of a first down. Sharon Washington, who leads this team in tackles, makes us 107. Brother Lee Johnson played at Mizzou. 3rd down and 1 for K-State football at its own 47-yard line. Out of the I formation, lead play near side to Gallon. He's hit at the 45 and driven back for a loss of 2, and K-State's got to punt the football again.
They actually lose 2 yards.
Maurice Benson back standing at the 15-yard line for Missouri. Sean Snyder has had punts of 44 and 45 into the wind. This is a spiraling kick. It'll back up Maurice Benson. Now he's going to vacate the area. It bounds inside the 5. It is going to be down by Kansas State at the 2-yard line. What a punt by Sean Snyder. A punt into the wind of 52 yards. Down by Kansas State at the 2-yard line. In between the 2 and the 3-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right for the Tigers. They're going to hand it off at the middle to Michael Washington, and he goes down right at the 3-yard line. No gain on. Second down 10 for Missouri. Sweep near side goes to Michael Washington, and the sweep goes up to the 6-yard line for a gain of 3. Washington in the formation, split formation. Byron Chamberlain wide to the right. Victor Bailey is a split in left. Now they put a man in motion. Brian Saleh in motion left. Long count by Johnson. He'll roll to his left, trying to throw it out of his own end zone. Still rolling left. Now guns the football, and the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Victor Bailey. Covering the play was Jamie Mendez. And there's Colorado today, along with Iowa State being at Nebraska. Handoff on the draw play for the Tigers. Flag on the play as a tackle made for a gain of 1. Jerome Madison on the carry. Kansas State's tackled by Tony Williams. Well, let's wait and see what the flag's going to be here.
Number 59, Jody Killian.
Brooks Barty, K-State's defensive captain, over on the conversation. Preliminary calls illegal procedure against Missouri. Missouri really picked up a
dead ball, false start on the offense.
Kansas State will decline and make Missouri, they're going to call a dead ball infraction. So Missouri,
Yard and a half, but they get another chance on 3rd down.
K-State trying to bring in some new players defensively, and now the Wildcats. Missouri, after 2 dead ball infractions, 1 for delay of game and 1 for false start, now has 3rd and 11 at its own 1.5-yard line. Missouri lines up in a tight formation. They play fake. They want to throw the football. Phil Johnson trying to throw it out of his own end zone. Now scrambling left, trying to get out of the end zone to avoid his safety, and is forced out of bounds by Elijah Alexander at the 10-yard line.
And it wasn't an easy play for Elijah Alexander to get there. There, Johnson would have got the 1st down.
Mark Plunkett stands 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Mike Smith back deep for K-State. 4:08 left in the quarter, no score. The kick by Plunkett. He has struggled so far. A line drive kick. Mike Smith vacates the area, goes out of bounds, and K-State will have its best drive start position of the day. 32-yard punt by Plunkett. Kansas State not able to run on its first possessions. Eric Gallen, 5 carries, 14 yards. And Gallen entered today with 742 yards rushing. Raining here at KSU Stadium's Wagner Field. Watson, 2-step drop, wants to throw, fires a pass that is overthrown. Open was Mike Smith. And the pass off his right hand, Sharon Warren.
Incompletion based upon that. Smith couldn't jump as high as he needed to get the football.
2 receivers left, tied in that way. Actually double tight ends with a single back on 2nd and 10 at the Missouri 43. Handoff right to Gallen. Looking for a little running room and not much. He'll pick up 4 yards to the 39. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Outside plays, and anytime Kansas State has tried to go straight at the middle, they've been right there to really stuff those.
Will Bass made the tackle. A junior from St. Louis. 3rd and 7, K-State at the Missouri 40. Back to throw is Watson. Setting up, now looking, now throws, complete to Gallen, and he drops the football. He drops the football. We were shielded from the play as back facing us. He would have had a 1st down.
At 1, he juked actually for a couple of seconds and then broke away. Watson threw the ball perfectly, but he dropped the ball, so it's incomplete.
K-State will try to go for it here, or they'll try to lure Missouri offside. K-State with a long count will take an intentional delay of game penalty. Kansas State has not been able to take advantage of field position either. Sean Snyder's done a tremendous job of punting the football. Stands at his own 42-yard line. Good snap. Flag down on the play, though. Hang on.
Waved off, replay the down, 4th down.
In fact, interesting note, there are more Kansas Cityans on the K-State roster than on the Tiger roster. Good chest high snap to Snyder. Maurice Benson back for Missouri. He's going to let the ball bounce. This one takes a Missouri bounce. Brent Venables will down it. It's on 20. They mark it at the 23-yard line now. Wide to the right for Mizzou. Victor Bailey. 3 receivers set to the left side. Back to throw Johnson. Short drop, throws left. The pass is tipped and almost intercepted. C.J. Masters had the tip. Roger Green almost with the intercept.
The ball went up into the air, but Kansas State's chances were not yet finished. Roger Green also had a chance, but he slipped slightly, couldn't get there, and the ball falls incomplete.
Second down 10, Missouri at the 23, handoff up the middle. And a 2-yard gain by the running back, Jerome Madison. Third down 8 for Missouri. Football at their own 25-yard line. 2:22 left to go, first quarter, no score. K-State trying to show blitz here, trying to get up in the gaps. Back to throw is Johnson, slips now, throws the football, and the pass is incomplete. And a flag thrown on the play. It'll be interference against Reggie Blackwell of the Wildcats and Mike Podolsky, the left guard, a freshman All-American a year ago. Doug Hembro, the center, Don Wright and Russ McCullough, the right guard and right tackle respectively. Spread formation out of the shotgun on first down. They're going to run the screen pass left side, and Kansas State defends it well as a no gain on the play. The pass was complete to Jerome Madison and at its own 40-yard line. Single back. 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. Run and shoot here, look for Missouri. Back to throw is Johnson. He's hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete. C.J. Masters came on the strong safety blitz, which has been Kansas State's most effective way to get to the quarterback in the last 4 weeks.
Well, Kansas State has shown all kinds of fronts here in the first half with their 5 defensive backs in the field, but they've dropped back into coverage every play until now. They finally came, and C.J. Masters put a big hit on quarterback Phil Johnson, and he is very slow getting up from that hit. He had left, and he was hit on the right side, his throwing side, as he threw the football. And now he's going to be replaced by the second-string quarterback, a Blue Springs product that is very highly touted.
Andy on third down and 10, rolls to his right, wants to throw the football, fires a pass, it's complete to Saleh, forced out of bounds, short of a first down. As he has the ball out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Back deep is Mike Smith at his own 10-yard line. Snap back to Plunkett. This is a spiraling kick. Mike Smith will take it on the fly at the 10. Heads up the middle, 15, and goes down at the 17-yard line. The punt in Kentucky, 3 in the first quarter. Scores on our Kansas Beef Producer scoreboard. One back of the formation, Gallon. Back to throw is Watson on first down. Throws right, wide open. Al Jones cannot hang on to the football, or did he make the catch? They're going to rule a catch for Al Jones on a juggling act by the senior tight end from Shawnee Mission. And K-State picks up 5 yards on first down. Brad Scrivener made the tackle.
While laying on the ground, he pulled it in and got the first reception for Kansas State today.
Second down, short 5. Toss sweep near side to Gallon. Gallon looking for blockers, and he goes down. As they mark him down after a gain of 3 yards. First play of the second quarter. 3rd and 1 for K-State at the 26. Play fake by Watson. He's rolling right, wants to throw the football, and he's got a first down as he slides up to the 30-yard line. K-State's first down of the football game comes at 8 seconds deep into the second quarter. First down Wildcats at their own 30-yard line. And after its advantage for either team, you'd think K-State would get the win in the second quarter, but I'm not sure Missouri had much of a win advantage in the first quarter. First down for the Wildcats. Football at their own 30-yard line out of a spread formation. Watson, quick pass, throwing it left, complete to Mike Smith, and Smith is up to the 45-yard line, gain of 15. Stan, this is an offensive football team trying to find some rhythm. That time it was a vintage K-State play, the quick in to Mike Smith from Watson for a first down.
Perfect kind of pass in this type of weather, and Bill Snyder's really adjusted to the weather and started calling plays based on it.
Jermaine Wilkins made the tackle for Missouri. 4-3 defense for Missouri. Sprint draw left to Gallon. He's in trouble and goes down for a loss of 1. Tight end right is Campbell. I formation here. A little offset I as Madden just a step to the right of Gallon. Second down 10 for Kansas State. Football at their own 46. Toss sweep to the wide side of the field here for Gallon. Gallon at the 50. And dives forward near a first down at the Missouri 45-yard line. Sharon Washington, the free safety, made the tackle for Mizzou, but that time back to the I formation toss sweep stand.
They continued to try to
45 of Missouri. Quentin New Year hovering over the football. The sophomore from Surprise, Nebraska. Quarterback sneak by Watson as he pushes forward to the 44 near a first down. And they may bring out the chains here to measure. No, they're going to give K-State a first down. In Missouri in an even front defensively. 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, although Jermaine Wilkins is listed as an outside linebacker. Actually gives him a 5th defensive back, and he will jam the tight end set left this time. Back to throw Watson on first down. Watson throwing left, and open is Campbell, and the pass is overthrown. Campbell was wide open at the Missouri 23.5-yard line. Watson 2 of 7 passing for 20 yards. And again, Watson, the most efficient quarterback in K-State history. 61% completion ratio coming into this game. On nearly 2,000 yards passing. Handoff on 2nd and 10 goes to Gallen. And Gallen is up to the 41-yard line and gains just 3 yards. K-State football at the Missouri 41-yard line. Benton tight slot left. 2 receivers to the right, single back Gallen. Back to throw is Watson on a deep drop this time. Sets up, fires a pass left, complete, flag on the play as Coleman makes a catch at the 25 and moves up to the 20-yard line, but hang on, a flag was thrown deep in the Missouri secondary. Mike Jadlow forced Andre Coleman out of bounds, but a flag thrown in the Missouri secondary. Let's wait and see what the call will be here. Larry Fisher and his officials confer. Coleman went out of bounds at the 19 is where they marked the play out of bounds.
Holding on the defense, 10-yard penalty, decline. Offense takes the results of the play, first down.
You heard it was.
He ran deep down the field, making him think he was going to go deep. Then he cut back to the ball. Nice throw by Paul Watson. Kansas State picks up a first down.
First down, Watson wants to throw from the 19 of Missouri. Looks right, throws right, complete to Smith. He's at the 10. Mike Smith is inside the 5. He's down to the 3-yard line. Mike Smith on a 16-yard pass play. Catching the throw from Watson. Sharon Washington saved the touchdown. First and goal to go. K-State, they'll mark it at the 3.
There's Mike Smith catching the football, going left to right, very short, only 4 or 5 yards downfield, but
actually place it at the 2 stand. First and goal to go at the 2. First down, goal to go. Kansas State at the Missouri 2-yard line. 11:18 left to go. First half, no score. I formation, double tight ends. Smith away from the formation. Kansas State fakes. Now they'll run a option play. Touchdown, Paul Watson, 2-yard run. Kansas State fake like they wanted to put a man in motion. He didn't go, and then they option to the short side. 2-yard run for a Cat TD.
Paul Watson went in almost untouched with the option play. Ran down the line of scrimmage toward the right. Saw an opening, stepped into the end zone.
15 left to go in the first half. Watson will hold the snap, the placement, the kick is up. And a little pooch field goal kick through the uprights by Wright, and K-State's got a touchdown lead. 11:15 left to go, first half, 7-0 K-State. The purple kick is yours after this timeout on the Wildcat Football Network. Is lousy here in Manhattan. Cold and raining, and even a few little hints of snow. K-State with the kick away. 2 men deep for the Tigers. Picking at the 5-yard line up at the 15, 20. And trip forward. A fumble on the play. K-State's got the football. A fumble on the return by the Missouri Tigers. The return man, Jason Oliver, a first-team quarterback. He coughs up the football. Kirby Hocutt for the 2nd straight week recovers the football for Kansas State.
Big hit by the Wildcats. The football falls to the ground. Kirby Hocutt recovers, and Kansas State follows up a touchdown for the 2nd week in a row with a fumble recovery on the kickoff.
And the Wildcats redshirt freshman linebacker Kirby Hocutt with the recovery for the 2nd straight week. Now first down, K-State at the Missouri 24-yard line. 2 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right, Coleman, tight end right, Russ Campbell. Single back is Eric Gallen. Back to throw, Watson on first down. Sets up, looks left, fires left, complete to Smith at the 20. He's at the 15. Juke moves, the 10 still on his feet, forced out of bounds at the Missouri 8-yard line. Paul Watson on the throw. Will Bass forced Mike Smith out of bounds. And now Watson, after starting cold as the weather, is starting to heat up. Now he's 5 of 10 passing for 75 yards. Smith with 3 catches. And he has 48 yards in receiving. First down, goal to go, Cats at the 8 of Missouri.
The thing you can count on is Paul Watson completing 50% of his passes. He's done it all year. The other thing you can count on is Michael Smith catching passes. That time a 16-yard completion.
Toss sweep near side, goes to Gallen. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Kansas State. Eric Gallen on the toss sweep from 8 yards out. 2 plays after the fumble, the Wildcats go in for 6.
Gallon lined up behind the right tackle instead of behind the quarterback. Kansas State quickly made the call, pitched out down the line of scrimmage. They followed tackle David Galloy. Galloy blocked out, Gallon cut in. Kansas State has their second touchdown.
Tate Wright will try now the extra point as K-State scores 2 touchdowns in a span of 20 seconds. Watson will be the holder. The kick is up by Tate Wright. It's right there. And with 10:56 left to go first half, it's a 14-0 K-State lead. We're back with a purple kick after this from your favorite local Wildcat station. K-State leads 14-0. Touchdown run by Watson, followed by a fumble on the kickoff by Jason Oliver. Then a touchdown run by Eric Gallon, 14-0. Kansas State. Gallon now with 7 touchdowns rushing on the season. Warren Clausen with a kick away. Spinning kick. Oliver's going to get a chance to return another one. Stands at his 10, 15, sprint to the 20, 25, breaks up to the 30-yard line at the 35, is hit by Eckler, then drives off him, he's up to the 40-yard line. Jason Oliver makes up for his fumble. As a flag thrown, William Price mixing it up with a Missouri Tiger, Chip Fields. Johnson passing 4 of 8 for 23 yards. But he is not in the lineup now. He was injured earlier. Jeff Handy in there to quarterback Missouri. Handy back to throw the football, rolls left, short pass, and a catch made at the 45-yard line after a gain of 5 and down immediately after the catch. Brian Salih on the catch.
He's one of the most highly touted quarterbacks in the Midwest to be recruited 2 years ago. He's a redshirt freshman. The only reason why he hasn't played is because of Johnson.
Missouri now running the football this way. Joe Freeman on a handoff up near a first down. He goes. Missouri, a big offensive line. Russ McCullough, right tackle, 6'10", 320, the biggest player in the Big 8 Conference. They'll still go with a spread formation on 3rd and 2. They'll hand it off near side. Freeman is at the 45 of K-State and down to the 43-yard line. First down, Tigers.
320-pounder. They call him Russ the Bus, and they followed him for the first down there.
Quick pass is dropped by the tight end. They were looking to Kenny Holly for a quick toss to the tight end. K-State almost intercepted it. And Chris Patterson, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 2nd and 10, Missouri at the Kansas State 43. Receiver left is Byron Chamberlain. Back to throw, Handy in the pocket, steps up, trying to get rid of the football, fumbles the ball. K-State's got it at the 45-yard line. Tony Williams forced the fumble, rushing the quarterback Jeff Handy. And Evan Simpson, 315-pound K-State's version of the Bus, jumps on the football at the 45.
The key was Kansas State sent a blitz again. C.J. Masters was up there with Williams and Jody Killian.
Paul Watson, after a poor start to the game, is starting to warm up. 75 yards passing, 5 of 10 throwing. First down, he'll throw from his own 45. Looks right, tosses a pass right. That is not handled, underthrown, and Russ Campbell.
So he just went into a baseball slide, just slowed his body down and reached out his hands and almost pulled the football in on an underthrown ball that looked like had no chance of being caught.
Josh Kolb now in at left guard for Kansas State. Kolb, the junior from Freeport, Illinois. 2nd down 10, Kansas State from its own 45, 14-0 Wildcats. Watson back to throw, unloads the football for the tight end. The pass is broken up nicely. Tremendous defensive play by strong safety Brad Scrivener. His 6th pass broken up for the season. 4 left to go first half, 14-0 K-State. There was no scoring in the first quarter. Then K-State scored 14 points in 20 seconds here in the second. Back to throw Watson, deep drop, looks right, throws a pass right. Gerald Benton, it's over his head and incomplete. K-State will have to punt the football.
In the last 2 plays, though, Missouri has been able to get some pressure in his face.
Sean Snyder on the punt for the 5th time in the first half. Stands at his own 31-yard line. Missouri coming after him on the rush. He gets the kick away. An angling kick. Maurice Benson's going to let it bounce, and a wise decision by Benson, the former Manhattan Indian, now playing for Missouri, defensive back on the Missouri football team. Played for Lou Lane's Manhattan Indian program. First down for Missouri. Phil Johnson is not in there. Handy back to throw. He's in trouble. Throws the football and throws it away, and it's going to be a penalty against Missouri as he tried to throw it to Russ McCullough, not an eligible receiver.
Intentional grounding, loss of down, 5 yards from the spot of the foul.
And Handy was about 5 yards deep on the drop when he threw the listings for the channel in your area. Second down, 23, a 13-yard penalty against the Tigers. Single back behind Handy. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. They'll run the draw play to Freeman. Freeman trying to angle outside. He's up to the 10, gets a block. He's at the 15, he's at the 20, and in the open field, 30-yard line. Freeman at the 40. Thomas ran out. Now he fumbles the football. The ball is loose. Missouri's got the football in K-State territory at the 48-yard line. Freeman with the long run from his own 7 all the way to the Kansas State 48-yard line.
And suddenly on a cutback run, Joe Freeman, who started on the left, was down the right sideline. When he fumbled the football, Kansas State almost recovered, but C.J. Masters couldn't pull it in before going out of bounds.
In fact, Benson and Randolph both in the 89 class. Now they're going to try to run the screen pass, and the pass is incomplete, not handled by the receiver, Jerome Madison. 14-0 Wildcats. Laird Veach, another Manhattan graduate, on the field now playing linebacker for Kansas State. Handy will work out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10. 2 backs flanking. Handy, quick pass, throws it left, complete to Victor Bailey's at the 40, and Brooks Barta chases him down from behind at the 35-yard line.
Handoff, and he's able to scoot further down the sideline. He actually was out in front of the Kansas State players for just a second, but they caught up and made the tackle.
First down, Missouri. Football to the K-State 35. Backup quarterback Jeff Handy trying to lead the Tigers on this drive. Draw play goes to Freeman. Freeman now fumbles the football. The ball's loose, and I believe K-State's got it. They do at the 28-yard line. Joe Freeman simply dropped the football. C.J. Masters with the recovery for Kansas State.
Kansas State is very alert with the football on the ground. Freeman had made another nice run, but he lost the football. Again, it doesn't stay on the ground long when the Kansas State defenders are around. They don't let it up for grabs. C.J. Masters is able to get this one, and because it's in the middle of the field, it's Kansas State football. He almost recovered one a couple seconds ago, but he's...
And the Missouri Tigers with another turnover, a fumble on a kickoff led to a K-State touchdown. The second one of the game. Wildcats lead 14-0. 4 seconds under 8 minutes left to go first half. Watson on first down, deep drop, looking right, fires a pass to Hernandez. It's incomplete. Great defense by Jason Oliver. Hit of the year, one of the big 8 leaders in that category. You can't play a pass better than Jason Oliver just did.
He was like a blanket on Frank Hernandez's back, and that's why the Kansas State fans are griping right now, thinking it was interference, but he was just right there, and when the football came, he put his right hand in front of Hernandez and knocked the football away. Great man-to-man coverage by Jason Oliver.
Second down 10 for Kansas State. Football at its own 29-yard line. Toss sweep near side to Gallen. Needs one block. He's at the 30, 35, 40. Gallen at the 45. First down, Kansas State at their own 47-yard line. An 18-yard pickup. Brad Scrivener made the tackle, and back to the base running play. Stand for a big gain and a first down.
All the time, but they do a great job of blocking downfield, that time allowing Gallen to gain as much yardage as he did.
Also, Mike Orr made a nice ceiling block. The near side right tackle. Tight end left. I formation. They're going to run the reverse to Mike Smith. Smith needs one block. He's at the 50. He's at the 45. Doesn't get the block because Jason Oliver, Maurice Benson stayed home. But it's a good pickup by K-State on the reverse to the 42-yard line of Missouri. 6-yard gain. Benson, though, might have saved a touchdown for Missouri. Van Nostrand, our defensive statistician, they stretched the chains. K-State short of a first down by a couple of inches. Second down, short yardage. 7:18 left to go first half. 14-0 Kansas State. There was no scoring in the first quarter. Then the Wildcats scored 14 points in 20 seconds at the beginning of this quarter. Now K-State offset formation. Play fake by Watson on 2nd and 1. They want to throw. Throwing down the near sideline for Gallen. He can make the catch at the 10. He is inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. It was Gallen with a Mike Smith kind of catch. First and goal, Wildcats at the 4.
Eric Gallen swung out of the backfield down the right sideline. Jermaine Wilkins, the strong safety, was covering him. Actually, Wilkins was ahead of him. The football came down right near Wilkins' helmet. As Gallen went up in the air, he caught it. It bounced off Wilkins' helmet, and then he caught it again. Wilkins didn't even realize it. He continued to run down the field. Eric Gallen had the football right behind him. By the time Wilkins turned around, Gallen was able to take it all the way inside a 4-yard line.
First and goal to go, K-State at the 4. It'll go as a pass play of 38 yards. And Eric Gallen with one of his most athletic plays in his career. I formation, K-State will option. Watson will keep. Now looking to pitch. Pitches late to Gallen, and he'll be bumped out of bounds as they mark him out of bounds at the 3. A lot of action for Kansas State First, Watson wanted to pitch, then he wanted to keep, then he wanted to pitch. Power I formation. J.J. Smith in there. Second down goal to go for K-State at the 3. 14-0 Wildcats. 6:44 left to go, second quarter. They'll run the option. Watson will keep. Touchdown! It was Stan Weber's favorite play in 84. Fake the dive to the fullback. Following through the hole. K-State gets a second. Paul Watson rushing. Touchdown. 20-0 Wildcats.
Watson scores a touchdown from 3 yards, again on the option to the right. The 5th touchdown of the season for Paul Watson. Again, he goes in almost untouched. Kansas State with turnover football from the defense, and finally an offense that comes alive has scored their 3rd touchdown of this second quarter.
And Stan, you love to run that play when you quarterback. It's a very effective play, tough to defend.
Yeah, when you fake the ball up the middle to the fullback, the linebackers run outside knowing that you're going to go to the outside, but a lot of times you can just duck right behind that fullback, and there's a normal, natural hole right there, and the linebackers are over on the play, allowing you to score.
Tate Wright's kick is up. Tate Wright's kick is missed. As he misses it, and Kansas State leads 20-0. 6:41 left to go, first half. Back with a Wildcat kickoff. Following this from your favorite local Wildcat station.
While making a generous donation of $50 to the Q104
To nothing. We've seen it before, Stan. Those missed PATs are more important than maybe football fans realize. A bit of a momentum killer. 6:41 left to go in the first half. 20-0 Kansas State. Jason Oliver back deep. Fulham is in the first 4 drives of the football game. Now has 7 in the last 15 minutes, or in the second 15 in the second quarter. Clausen with a kick away. He just bashes this one. He slams it. Freeman takes it 3 yards deep in the end zone, fumbles it, now covers it up 5 yards deep in the end zone, and Warren Clausen just hit one out of the ballpark. One of his best kickoffs of the year.
The 40-yard line.
Probably all said Bill Snyder say I saw him run it to the 40-yard line. How about kicking it to the end zone? Time was 1:15 on the drive. Missouri takes over. Handy still in at quarterback. Play fake. Rolls to his left. Wants to throw the football. Lofting a pass that is incomplete. Victor Bailey, the intended receiver. Jamie Mendez puts a hit on him as the pass sails over his head. Missouri has had Phil Johnson, their outstanding quarterback. Evan Simpson leads. K-State will be in a nickel package. Second down 10 for Missouri. Football at its own 20-yard line. They fake the dump pass. Now they roll left. Now they throw a pass outside to Chamberlain, who's forced out of bounds, and a gain of 9 for Missouri at the 29-yard line. That's up 9.5 yards. They actually have third down, less than a yard to go. 20-0 K-State. Missouri, third down, less than a yard to go. Handoff goes to Michael Washington, and he's got a first down up across the 35.
Looking forward in Kansas State's defense, a little off balance because they weren't set, were unable to stop him, and he picked up the first down.
Victor Bailey and Saleh wide to the right. Chamberlain is flexed to the left side along with Kenny Holly. First down for Missouri. Handy back to throw, rolls to his left, 2 steps, throws a pass, it's dropped by the Missouri receiver at the K-State 47-yard line.
He's keeping his head in the ball game by staying right at the line of scrimmage, but he also doesn't have a coat on.
Laird Veach now playing linebacker for K-State, 2nd and 10. K-State, 4-man defensive front. Handy, 5-step drop, steps up, now throws the pass on the far flat. The pass is incomplete, intended for Jerome Madison, the tailback. It was against Nebraska. Handy now is 4 of 10 passing for 35 yards. 3rd and 10 here for Handy. He'll go out of the shotgun. Football at his own 36. They fake the draw. Nice play fake by Handy. Throws a pass near side. The pass is overthrown. He had a man open, Jerome Madison.
I've ever seen.
You know, Phil Johnson kind of throws the football just a little bit like that with a real high release. Not as high as Handy. Plunkett gets the kick away. He goes down. There's going to be a flag on Kansas State as Mike Smith takes the punt at the 20, angling to the outside and is forced out of bounds. Now, will it be roughing the kicker or running into the kicker? It is going to be running into the kicker against Kansas State, 5-yard penalty. So Missouri will get 5 yards. They have 4th and 10. Stan will move the line of scrimmage from the 36 to the 41. Plunkett's punts. He has punted 5 times in the game, 36, 41, 32, 42, and 44. K-State takes over 1st and 10 at its own 23-yard line. 5:49 left to go first half, 20-0 Kansas State. Here's playing his final game. He had the catch last week against Iowa State. Single back is Gallen. Paul Watson changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Play fake by Watson. Quick pass thrown to Benton, who makes the catch and then is swallowed up by Maurice Benson. And K-State will gain yardage to the 27-yard line for a gain of 4. Watson wipes his hands from the towel from the center, Quentin New Year. Tight end right, Campbell. Back to throw, two-step drop by Watson, the hook and go. Throwing deep for Garner, and the pass is incomplete. Laird Garner trying to run. That little hook and go, couldn't get it. Let's pause 10. Our defensive stats in the booth. Kurt Nuss with the offensive stats. Also Jeff Grantham helping us out in the booth. Draw play on 3rd down and 6. Gallon trying to angle outside. 30-yard line, 35, and Gallon's up across the 40 to the 42. 15-yard pickup. The Cats needed 6 for the first down. They get 15 on the draw. Brad Scribner makes the tackle for the Tigers of Missouri.
Way out and allowed normal gaps to occur. Good blocking and an Eric Gallon run allowed Kansas State to pick up the first down.
Toss sweep, Gallon near side. And he will gain short yardage to the 45 for a gain of 3 on first down. 4:37 left to go first half.
Sharon Washington with 106 tackles before this game is way too many for any defensive football team.
Second down, let's call it a long 7 for K-State. They fake the toss sweep, rolling left on the naked bootleg is Watson. And Watson is going to be forced out of bounds for a gain of 1 on the play. Jermaine.
Kansas State was going the other direction, and Kansas State has run the ball successfully. You would think that they would react to that, but smart play, saw Paul Watson coming his way and was able to force him out of bounds.
3rd and 7, K-State from its own 45. The Wildcats lead 20-0. 4 minutes left to go in the half. Back to throw Watson. Here comes a blitz from Missouri. Now Watson will throw and unload the football just to avoid a sack from Will Bass. 7. O-State nothing at half. Miami 17, Florida State 16. 3 minutes left to go in the game. Back to punt is Sean Snyder. A high, wobbly kick. Fumbled by Maurice Benson. And Missouri may have covered it up. They do at the 26. Benson. First down, Missouri. 10 yards to go. Football at the Tiger own 26-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 left. They go on the draw play. And he's up to the 30-yard line before being stopped. Now they mark him down at the 31 after a gain of 5. Jerome Madison left with an injury with 23 yards in passing on 4 of 9. He'll go out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 5. Missouri in the 2-minute drill. They've got all 3 timeouts left. Johnson takes the snap, looks left, throws left. The pass is broken up by Reggie Blackwell. A Missourian, a St. Louis, Missouri outside linebacker knocks down the pass for K-State.
Of his speed, he's smart enough to stop and knock the football down. Good athletic play by Reggie Blackwell.
3rd down, let's call it 5 for the Tigers. Football at their own 31, 20-0 K-State. K-State coming on the blitz. Johnson back to throw, rolling away from Laird Veach, throws the football complete to Kenny Holly. First down, Missouri at their own 48-yard line, 17-yard pickup. Football at the 48-yard line. Missouri again, all 3 timeouts left, 2:53 left in the half, 20-0 K-State. Sweep right on the delay handoff, 50-45. Nice run by Missouri up to the Kansas State 43-yard line. Jerome Madison, the true freshman from Denison, Texas. Wide to the left side. Victor Bailey. In the slot left is Brian Saleh. Tight end right, Kenny Holly. Johnson on 2nd and 1. Hands it off. And Madison gets it again, and this time he gets blasted. Kelly Green, Elijah Alexander put a hit on Madison.
He plays inside. He doesn't get very many tackles.
3 receivers set to the left on 3rd and 1. Missouri out of the shotgun on 3rd and 1. This must be the NFL. And then at 39 left to go in the half. Out of the shotgun, Johnson wants to run the quarterback draw. He just got smothered and smashed by Laird Veach, who put on maybe the hit of the year.
Laird Veach blitzed a couple plays earlier. We talked about how Johnson got away from him. That time the play was designed to go right up the middle. And when Johnson saw the blitz coming, he didn't have anything to do but stop and wait and hold on to his head, because here comes Laird Veach like a rocket into his body, knocking him down for a big loss. Big play by Kansas State on 3rd and short.
Loss of 6. And a timeout was called by Kansas State. Mark Plunkett punting for Missouri, and a poor Missouri punt. As Plunkett was trying to angle the kick right to left, a 19-yard punt by Plunkett. Now, Kansas State has no timeouts left. Just 1:01 left to go in the first half. K-State leading 20-0.
Go in at halftime with a 20-0 lead.
Laird Veach with maybe the defensive play of the year on a 3rd and 1. A quarterback draw to the shotgun. K-State hands it off to Gallon. Gallon's at the 30, trying to hang on to the football, gets up to the 36-yard line and picks up 8 yards on first down. Quite a thrust. Gallon is the lone setback. Watson's going to throw on 2nd and 1. Fires a pass near side for Benton. The pass is knocked away. Brad Scrivener with another pass broken up for the Tigers. Offensive line. Dave Galoy at right tackle. Doug Warren, senior right guard. Quentin Newyear, center. Barrett Brooks, left tackle. Toby Lawrence, left guard. 3rd and 1, K-State will option. Watson will keep. Watson has a first down 40, 45, and Watson rambles to the 47-yard line. Wildcats at the 47. Watson running the ball, has 27 yards, 8 carries, but most importantly, 2 touchdowns.
1st and 10, Kansas State, 47-yard line.
20 seconds left to go in the half, 20-0 Wildcats, and Watson spikes the football to stop the clock. So K-State still thinking about scoring here a little bit, Stan.
Approach again.
Watson 7 of 19 for 107 yards. K-State will have 2nd and 10 here. 17 seconds left to go in the half. The Wildcats leading 20-0. Watson wants to throw. Deep drop. Sets up. Throws across the middle. Campbell makes the catch. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. 20. He's down to the 15-yard line. K-State's got to quickly try to set up and try to spike the football, maybe try a field goal here, but K-State's got, as soon as they set the chains, Missouri taking their time, 4 seconds, Kansas State trying to spike the football, and now timeout has been called, but K-State doesn't have any left.
It's an official's timeout. They should stop the clock until the chains are set. They did not do that. There should have been 9 seconds left when Campbell went down and the referee stopped the clock, but the clock continued to roll, and it rolled down until referee Fisher
stopped it. The clock operator is requested to put 8 seconds back on the clock.
8 seconds is on the clock. Now, the ball is at the 16-yard line. K-State will need to try to spike the football here and try a field goal.
Shouldn't be any problem. It shouldn't be any problem at all. With 8 seconds, they'll get the ball snapped.
They'll snap it, spike it. Here comes the field goal unit with 6 seconds left to go in the half. Now, it'll be a 33-yard field goal try for Tate Wright. The pressure is on Tate Wright. This has been the black hole distance for him, Stan. The black hole distance. This year, he is 1 for 4 in this range. Tate, for his career, is 3 for 7. He's actually better from 40 to 49 than he is from 30 to 39. And he will have a 32-yard attempt here. Right to left is the angle. Watson will be the holder. 6 seconds left to go in the half. The snap. K-State's going to fake it. Watson throwing to a wide open. Campbell, touchdown! Touchdown Wildcats! Last play of the half. It was Shades in Colorado last week against Oklahoma State. A fake field goal. Touchdown for Russ Campbell. His first career touchdown.
What a big play by Kansas State. They knew the statistics of Tate Wright kicking the field goal. They took the snap, placed the ball down, but Watson picked the ball back up, rolled to his left, and Campbell lined up as a left tight end, ran a flag pattern. He was 15 yards behind anybody when he caught the ball near the 5-yard line, and Campbell took it in for a touchdown. Kansas State scores their 4th touchdown of the half on a fake field goal.
Watson to Russ Campbell, his first career touchdown catch. His 22nd catch of his career. Timeout called by Missouri. 1 second left to go in the half. 26-0 Kansas State. Let's keep it here. Kansas State on the fake field goal. The line of scrimmage would have been the 16-yard line. Campbell. At Kansas State on the fake field goal. What a drive. No timeouts. Kansas State takes over the football at the 28-yard line, standing without a timeout and with less than a half minute left to go in the half, drives down to get a touchdown. A remarkable drive.
It really was.
Honks the scoring horn right before the end of the first half. 26-0. K-State will go for 2. They missed the point after on their last touchdown. Watson has a single back, Gallon behind him. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Watson long count here. Back to throw, looks left on the out route to Smith. The pass is incomplete. Nice coverage by Sharon Washington. 1 second left to go in the half. K-State still must kick off to Missouri, as again the Wildcats honking the scoring horn right before the half.
What a difference.
Warren Clausen football on the tee. and squibs it on the ground. It goes through the up man for Missouri. It's picked up on the bounce by Oliver. And Oliver's across the 30 and knocked down there. Fred Wonderly. A fumble by Missouri, picked up by Kansas State's Kit Rawlings at the end of the half. But the half is over, and Kansas State simply explodes in the second quarter for 26 second quarter points at halftime. K-State 26, Missouri nothing. And we'll be back to begin our halftime after this 2-minute timeout on the Wildcat Football Network.
Was 5 of 10 for only 38 yards.
Phil Johnson out there quarterbacking Missouri now to start the third quarter of play. Single back behind it. They're going to go on the draw play to Freeman. Freeman is up across the 20 and gets up to the 24-yard line for a gain of 6 on first down from the 18 to the 24 behind Phil Johnson. Johnson fumbles the snap, now gives it back to Freeman, and Jody Killian gobbles him up and throws him down back at the 21-yard line, loss of 3. We don't talk. A little bit of sleet involved as the temperature continues to drop. Third down 7 for Missouri. Football at its own 21-yard line. Out of the shotgun. They play fake. Johnson, he looks right, pumps, now throws downfield, and the pass is broken up by Thomas Randolph. The intended receiver was Victor Bailey, 6-yard line, to punt it away. It's the kick away. It's a spiraling kick. Mike Smith will take on the fly at the 45 and gets hit and forced out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Over here trying to keep us on the air. First down for Kansas State football at their own 48, 26-0. Handoff Gallen. K-State with the lead and the ball. Gallen drives forward to the Missouri 44-yard line. Good pickup on first down by Eric Gallen, who's nearing 100 yards again.
Take advantage of this opening opportunity with the football in Missouri territory.
17 carries, 94 yards for Gallen. He'll get the call here on second and short. Trying to move the pile forward. He appears to be, well, he's close to a first down. At the Missouri is trying to get things figured out. As K-State with first down at the Missouri 42-yard line. Handoff near side goes to Gallen. He's at the 40. He runs forward across the 35 and up to the 32-yard line. George Hunt made the tackle for the Missouri Tigers, but another good pickup on a run by Gallen of 8 yards on first down. With Hernandez Benton, a late arrivee to the huddle, told the play by Coleman as he sprints out to the left side. Second down and 1. Hand up the middle at Gallen, and he's the workhorse of this drive. First down, K-State is Gallen to the 27 before Rick Lyle tackles him
early in the third quarter.
26-0, Kansas State over Missouri. 11:30 left to go third quarter. K-State first down to the Missouri 27, handoff Gallen. And Gallen still won't go down as he takes Tigers with him, and finally his progress stopped at the 22-yard line. Missouri wrestles the ball free.
It's important when you lead 26-0.
Two receivers to the right, tight end left Campbell. Flanker left is Coleman, who goes in motion that way after lining up in the backfield originally. Play clock at 9 for Paul Watson. Single back Gallen just to the left of Watson. Watson back to throw, throws near side and a drop by Frank Hernandez. Warren, right guard on this play. Draw play, Gallen on 3rd and 5, trying to look for a hole, trying to get outside. He will not. And he gets stuffed by Rick Lyle in third quarter. Flanker to the right, Andre Coleman. Two receivers to the left. Single back is Gallen. Watson barking out a play at the line of scrimmage on 4th and 5. Back to throw Watson, looking left, firing a pass that's knocked down by Mario Johnson at the line of scrimmage, and Missouri holds on downs. Been frustrated offensively so far. Johnson has thrown for 40 yards in passing. Has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Johnson, 5-step drop, looking right all the way, firing a pass over the middle, complete to Kenny Holly at the 40-yard line. 17-yard pickup on first down. Roger Green and Laird Veach. Veach had that blistering hit on Phil Johnson in the first half. First down at the 40. Handoff sweep play goes near side to Joe Freeman. Runs hard, now fumbles the football and fumbles it out of bounds. Missouri retains possession. 6-yard pickup.
Freeman, they know he has a fumbling problem, and they're trying to take advantage of it.
He's fumbled twice in this game. Now a wide screen dropped by the wide receiver Byron Chamberlain. They were trying to run that quick wide receiver screen to the right side.
The line and takes off right down the middle of the football field.
Johnson, 2 receivers to the right, 1 left on 3rd and 4 at his own 46. Play fake by Johnson, rolls to his left, pumping. Now wants to throw long, and the pass is batted down by Tony Williams. Tony Williams, the junior from St. Louis, Missouri, forced to fumble earlier with the hit, Stan, and now gets a pass knocked down.
Play that stopped Johnson from his rollout and made him stop and throw the football, and Williams was able to knock that football down.
Low snap, now gets under the Plunkett, the punter. He wants to punt the football away, and he gets it away. Tremendous punt by Plunkett, and he's going to get a nice roll out of it. And that might be Missouri's best play of the day so far. Mark Plunkett, the snap was low. It went by his arms. He picked it up, or by his hands. He picked it up and got it away. Running toward the right boundary, he kicked the football.
He had the ball tucked.
Declined. First down.
K-State declines a penalty. They'll take the punt. And they're in Boulder, 24-10, Kansas leading Colorado. In Boulder in the third quarter. Here it's K-State 26, Missouri nothing. 9:05 left to go in the third quarter. First down for Kansas State at its own 21-yard line. Back to throw is Watson. Deep drop, looking right, throwing a pass complete to Hernandez, who keeps his streak alive and takes a tagger with him to the 27-yard line for a gain of 6. Qualifying for the NCAAs, however, Todd Trask qualified individually by placing 6th in the region meet. 6-yard pickup on the slant play from Watson to Frank Hernandez. Draw play goes to Gallen. He's in trouble and will lose. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Right guard Toby Lawrence for Kansas State. Third down and 4 for the Wildcats from the 27. Back to throw Watson, quick pass and drop by Mike Smith. Sharon Washington coming up on the play. Job of punting like he has done all season long. For his first punt, he's had punts of 44, 45, 52, 22, 55, and 30. This is his first punt of the third quarter. K-State's first possession ended when Missouri held on downs. This punt is downed by K-State. He takes over 1st and 10 at its own 37-yard line. The Tigers shift to a spread formation, stand up tight end right, ball on the right hash on first down. Johnson rolls left, now looks back to the right, throws a pass complete to Chamberlain at midfield and squirts into K-State territory to the 47-yard line. Byron Chamberlain on the reception. 7:25 left in the third. Missouri 1st and 10 at the K-State 48-yard line. Johnson, long count, steps back 2 steps, wants to throw a pass. It's tipped and nearly intercepted. Diving was William Price.
It doesn't matter, but Kansas State's not doing that. They're keeping their heads up. They're waiting for the quarterback to throw, and right when they see his arm motion go, they stick their hands up and knock the football down.
2nd down and 10. Now Missouri creeping back. Elijah Alexander trying to...
Player playing left tackle.
Crowell was hurt all the way back in the Baylor game. Missouri has had a brutal schedule this year. We mentioned 6 of the 11 teams on this schedule may be bowl teams. And if Kansas wins today, it'll be 7 bowl teams. Now a late pitch by Johnson. Ball is loose, and Kansas State covers it up at the Missouri 33. Elijah Alexander covers up the fumble. Phil Johnson on a ill-fated option attempt coming to the near side. Kansas State again all over the option. And how about this defense?
Alexander's there, and Kansas State recovers a fumble at the Missouri 33.
Paul Watson at quarterback. Gallen the single back. He'll come on the sweep near side. Actually, the handoff over the right guard. K-State still pulled a guard but didn't run it, but Kansas State leads 26-0. 6:33 left to go in the third quarter. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Actually 2 tight ends. One of the eligible receivers left side is tight end Al Jones. Long count by Paul Watson on 2nd down and 7 at the Tiger 30. Deep drop. Pumping, now is in trouble. He'll be sacked. Back at the 41-yard line. Loss of 11. Now a flag thrown. Holding against Kansas State. Oklahoma now leads Oklahoma State 14-0 with 12 minutes left to go in the ball game. Nebraska 38, Iowa State 13 in the fourth quarter. Here it's 26-0 K-State. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and long yardage for the Wildcats. They want to throw. Watson, deep drop in the pocket, has time, now lofts a pass to Gallen, makes a catch at the 40, at the 50, trying to move forward. And the Tigers are all over him. Gallen trying to get a leg free and can't. They finally mark him down at the 47-yard line. Post on that purple sideline. 3rd and 39 following the penalty against K-State. Line of scrimmage, K-State's on 38. Draw play to Gallen. And Gallen gets gobbled up by Tim Burke. Left to go third quarter. John Snyder will stand at his own 22-yard line. Try to punt this away. Byron Chamberlain back deep for the Tigers. Missouri coming after the kick. Sean Snyder blasts this kick. Chamberlain backing up. He'll take it at the 14-yard line. trying to move to his right. K-Stater's trying to chase him down as he is forced out of bounds by John Butler at the 18-yard line. Butler, the walk-on from 50-yard punt by Snyder. Missouri takes over 1st and 10 at its own 18-yard line. Handoff goes to the trailing back for the Tigers. Getting the call was Jerome Madison by the running back, Jerome Madison. 2nd down 9 for the Tigers at their own 19 out of the shotgun. Johnson, they want to run the screen. Near side, they have it. And Kansas State smells out the play. Elijah Alexander was there, but also Brent Venables there, the linebacker from Salina South. 23 left to go, third quarter, 26-0 Kansas State. 3rd down and 9. Back to throw Johnson, being rushed. He'll be sacked back at the 13-yard line. Alexander got him. Another sack for Elijah Alexander. His 6th tackle of the football game. Third quarter. Mark Plunkett will punt from a yard deep in his own end zone. Back deep, Gerald Benton for the Wildcats. Low snap, Plunkett gets the kick away. This is a high kick. Plunkett will not, or rather Benton wants to run with it. Gets across the 45 and moves up to the 41-yard line. Yards on 11 of 28 passing. Eric Gallen has rushed the ball 25 times for 117 yards. 1st down, long count by Watson. Play clock at 5. Wants to throw on a deep drop. Steps up in the pocket. Now we run the football. He's at the 40, 35, 30. Watson 25 and scrambles out of bounds. They'll mark him out at the 26-yard line. 15-yard gain, Watson. Here's Russ Campbell. 3 receivers set to the left side. Campbell had his first career touchdown catch on a fake field goal with 1 second left to go in the second quarter. 1st down, Kansas State at the Tiger 26. Back to throw Watson, looking left. Pass is tipped and dropped by Andre Coleman. Again, a tip left side. Single back is Gallen. 2nd and 10 at the 26. Sprint draw left side. Gallen explodes across the 20. Gallen bumps off 2 men. He's down to the 15-yard line. A gain of 11 by Eric Gallen. The sprint draw left side. Brad Scrivener made the task. Got a 1st and 10 at the 15 today. Gallen with that run. Checking his rushing total. Toss sweep, Gallen near side. 15. Now gets cut down as he goes to the 12-yard line. Gain of 3. Gallen 131 yards in rushing. Guard, New Year the center. Doug Warren, right guard. Dave Galloy, right tackle. Tight end, Russ Campbell, right side. 3 receivers to the left. 2nd down, 7. Handoff going to the left side is Gallen trying to go away from the pursuit. And gains to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3. And K-State will have 3rd down and 4. Mario Johnson and Burke make the tackle. Tim Burke for Missouri. Toss sweep near side to Gallen. Needs some blockers in front of him. Looking for a crease. Flag on the play as he gains yardage just to the 7. But a flag thrown on the run by Gallen. And the line of scrimmage will be moved back on the holding call, although this holding call will be beyond the line of scrimmage, so it won't be quite a 10-yard holding call.
About what's happening on the Missouri sideline right now.
Stan, I remember a day being the sideline reporter in 1983. Wasn't this cold, but it was a rainy day in Columbia when the shoe was on the other foot. 38-0 K-State loss. Here K-State has 4th down 3. Football at the Missouri 8-yard line. Watson back to throw. Deep drop. Looking over the middle. Throws for the end zone. Pass is tipped and knocked away. And Missouri holds on downs for the 2nd time deep in K-State territory.
Moving the football and keeping the football away from Missouri has almost run all the third quarter out here.
Sharon Washington broke up the pass for Missouri nicely. Missouri will run a sweep near side. Freeman and Joe Freeman with a nice run up to the 18-yard line. William Price made the Van Nostrand handling defensive stats. Jeff Grantham with us in the booth, also down on the sideline. Is Dan Ballou. Handoff for Missouri on 2nd down and 1 from their own 17 for the Tigers on 17 and running up to the 26-yard line. 10 for Missouri. Football at their own 26. Crossbuck play goes to Washington. He's at the 35 and moves up to the 39-yard line. Runs hard for 13 yards. And Missouri coming out. 4-man defensive front for K-State. Spread formation for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Washington. This time he's not so fortunate. He gets thrown for a loss. Tony Williams, Elijah Alexander, both there for Kansas State.
They look like a defensive tackle rather than a pass rushing defensive end.
2nd and 12 Tigers out of the shotgun. Back to throw is Johnson being rushed. He's hit and fumbles the football. The ball is loose and crawls out of bounds at the 22-yard line. This time it was the other side. Reggie Blackwell, who will get credit for a sack, hitting Phil Johnson from behind.
That's why Reggie Blackwell.
Missouri, 3rd down and 26. Football at its own 23. Phil Johnson, spread formation, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, no tight end, so no spread formation. 2-step drop by Johnson. Throws left, pass drop by Kenny Holly. Benton back deep for Kansas State to return this punt. High snap taken by Plunkett. The kick just away. And Kansas State knocked down the punter, but they partially blocked the football, although it's going to come down to the 40-yard line at K-State's 40 and be down there. No roughing the kicker call because Reggie Blackwell, Thomas Randolph, Jamie Mendez, and Elijah Alexander were all had the radar lock in on the punt. Kansas State 1st down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. 26-0 Wildcats. Handoff Gallon right side. 40, 45, Gallon 50, 45 in the open field, 40, 35, Maurice Benson, the only Tiger left, and he makes the play at the 30-yard line of the Tigers. 30-yard run by Eric Gallon. Maurice Benson saved the touchdown.
What a way to start a drive. Eric Gallon, 30 more yards on his rushing day.
30 carries for Gallon, 165 yards unofficially. Offset I. Gallon gets it again. Why not? He's the hot back. He gets across the 30. And to the 29. Just a gain of 1. Scores zip. K-State, 12:45 left to go in the game. Tied in and 2 receivers set to the left. Receiver to the right, Hernandez. Back to throw is Watson. Sets up in the pocket, now fires a pass, complete to Andre Coleman at the Missouri 18-yard line. Jason Oliver covered the play for Missouri, but Kansas State gets a 1st down.
That they were no closer than 5 yards in front of Paul Watson, even when he threw the football.
Watson I formation this time on 1st and 10 at the Tiger 18. Lead play right side goes to Gallon. Gallon gets to the 15 for a gain of 3. K-State shifts to a 1-back set. Gallon the lone setback. Jones tight end left. 2 receivers to the right. Flanker left, Coleman. 2nd down, 7 for K-State at the 15. Handoff goes to Gallon. And Gallon gets tripped up as he falls forward to the 11-yard line for a gain of 4. 26 second quarter points and the lead. K-State looking for more here with 10:47 left to go in the game. Handoff to Gallon on 3rd and 2. Waits for a hole. Again, he gets tripped as he falls forward and gets to the near a 1st down stake. Hernandez. Mike Smith is a flanker right. Double tight ends now. Campbell joins Jones, left and right respectively. Handoff on a counter play right to Gallon. Slips by 2 tacklers. Touchdown, Eric Gallon. His 2nd of the game. His 8th of the season. And the Wildcats lead 32-0.
It was a counter trap play. They pulled their tight end Campbell from left to right. Al Jones has been doing it today. This time Campbell makes the big block along with the right tackle. Eric Gallon had to break a tackle at the
and couldn't make it. Now Tate Wright will try a conventional point after kick. Watson's the holder. Hemphill snap is there. The kick is up by Wright, and Wright misses it again wide to the right side. Tate Wright with 2 PA and Kansas State 32, Missouri nothing. The Cat kick is yours after this on the Wildcat Football Network. Gallon.
Yes, Ed.
Gallon 184 yards in the ball game to tie his Indiana State total. K-State squib kicks it on the ground. It'll be fumbled by Freeman at the 15. Now goes down to a knee at the 18-yard line. Missouri not able to pick up the football. Wildcats, 10:15 left to go in the game.
There was a 7-7 tie in 1982, but it wasn't a win.
Handoff goes to the trailing back for the Missouri Tigers. Getting the call was Jerome Madison. Missouri football at its own 13-yard line. 32-0 K-State, 9:38 left in the game. Back to throw is Johnson, throwing long on the far sideline and underthrows his intended receiver Byron Chamberlain. Let's pause 10 seconds. His rowboat out down there now. 3rd down and 10. Play fake, flag on the play. Maybe false start against the Tigers. 3rd and 10 Tigers football.
When you look at the total football program, it's attendance. It's not football players. It's not coaching. It's now only attendance.
Back to throw is Johnson, throwing down the near sideline. The pass is caught by Victor Bailey and goes down at the 33-yard line. First down, Missouri.
Price, a good throw and nice catch by Missouri on third down.
Tigers will go to the shotgun on first down from their own 33. 9:05 left to go in the game, 32-0. Back to throw is Johnson. Throws left to Saleh. Trying to leak out of the shotgun set from a halfback position. John Butler at a defensive end. K-State still on a nickel package defensively. They go to the shotgun. Draw play on 2nd and 10. Washington looking for room, and they'll stop him for very little gain.
There's this recognition. Every time a play starts to develop, you see the defenders go to the exact right spot. It doesn't matter if it's a draw on option or a long pass. The Kansas State defense is very alert today.
3rd and 8 for the Tigers. Football at their own 35. Shotgun snap, mishandled for a while. Now the pass is broken up at the line of scrimmage. Reggie Blackwell and Steve Moten were there. I believe Blackwell got the pass knocked away at the line of scrimmage again in this football game.
Trajectory that he's going to use, and bang, they knocked the football down. And Kansas State has just made no mistakes defensively against a very high-powered Missouri offense.
Plunkett again to punt. Stands at his own 20-yard line. Gets this kick away. This is a bullet line drive kick. Gerald Benton takes on the fly at the 35. He explodes to the 40, trying to get outside and is forced out of bounds. Flag on the play, though, as Benton is forced out of bounds at the 44. And this may be coming back. Flanker right, and J.J. Smith will get a little work here. The K-State leads Missouri. 8 minutes left to go in the football game. Jason Smargesso, the sophomore, will come into quarterback here for Kansas State. Smargesso back to throw in a deep drop. He's going to launch it long. He's got Campbell open at the 40. He's at the 45. He's up to near midfield at the 49-yard line. Jason Smargesso, a long pass play of 28 yards on first down. Missouri's tackled by Kevin McIntosh. Benton wide to the right side. 2 receivers set to the left. Single back is J.J. Smith behind Jason Smargesso. Smargesso, 2-step drop, wants to run the quarterback draw. He's at the 45. Smargesso lowers his head and bashes across the 40 to the 37-yard line. So 2 big gainers by Kansas State. One on a 28-yard pass play, Smargesso. And now his favorite play, a 14-yard quarterback draw. In the slot left is Mike Smith. Tied into the right side is Russ Campbell. Flanker right is Benton. Single back is J.J. Smith. Smargesso changing the play. At the line of scrimmage, Smargesso, 4-step drop, pump faking. Now wants to throw long, unleashing a pass long for Benton, and the pass is going to be intercepted at the 8-yard line. Intercepted there by Mike Jadlow. Jadlow has his team back on the field. 1st and 10 on his own 8-yard line. Back to throw is Johnson from his own 1-yard line. Being rushed, throws the pass complete to Chamberlain. And he's at the 10-yard line for a gain of 2.
All game very often. He wants to make big plays. He's an excited young fella, and he wants to make big plays. When he knows that he's a starting quarterback, I think he'll run the offense more disciplined.
Back to throw, 2nd and 8 is Johnson. Pump faking, now throws the ball. Saleh makes the catch at the 11. Gonzalez is there to make the hit. They'll mark it at the 12 for a gain of a yard, and Missouri will have 3rd and 7. Well, he's going to go to the most important sprint.
And not try to throw the ball downfield so much. And I think he'll be okay once he gets that confidence that he's the starting quarterback.
Out of the shotgun, Missouri on 3rd and 6. The snap is fumbled. The ball's loose. And I believe Phil Johnson covers it up. And Missouri is going to have to punt the football away. His 12th punt. And he stands 8 yards deep in his own end zone. 4:56 left in the game. Low snap. Kick is away, an end-over-end kick taken by Benton, over the shoulder grab. Tries to move to his right. He's at the 45. He's at the 40 and chased down from behind as he gets to the Missouri 38-yard line. There's a kid who's going to mean a lot to next year's football season, Gerald Benton. He was a great player for Brian McNeely at Garden City. Out since 1975. We'll have to check the last time K-State shut out a Big 8 opponent. 1st and 10, Kansas State. Handoff goes to J.J. Smith. He's across the 35 and hits the hole of the 34-yard line. Ball game, 32-0. K-State with the lead. They'll have 2nd and 7. The Wildcats are at the Tiger 34. Back to throw, Smargesso. Steps up into the pocket. Nobody open, so he has to scramble and trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Norman trots onto the field to play wide receiver here. 3rd down and 6 for Jason Smargesso and his Wildcat team at the Tiger 33. Single back is J.J. Smith. Smargesso. 2-step drop, wants to run the quarterback draw. And he gets blasted as he gets to the 31-yard line for a gain of 2. To a one-back set. 4th down, let's call it. They call it 4. Gain of 2 on the last play. 4th and 4 at the 31 of Missouri. Play fake by Smargesso. Rolling to his right. He's going to try to run the football. He tries to leave forward. Did he get a first down? He did. Smargesso, an alert play. Ducking under a would-be Tiger tackler. And then sprinting past the front stake for a first down. An alert play by Smargesso.
One player, and he was able to do it, and he was able to step out just past the first down marker.
First down at the Tiger 27, 2:22 left to go in the ball game. 32-0 K-State. Toss sweep comes near side to J.J. Smith. J.J. Smith is at the 20. Flag on the play, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown J.J. Smith, but it's going to come back. Smith had the long run against Idaho State. And this one's going to come back, clipping 1970. Back to throw Smargesso. Deep drop in the pocket, looking right, guns it right, looking for Garner, and the pass is broken up nicely. Covering the play over the
victory for Kansas State in a Big 8 game since the last game of 1984, and it should have been more than that, but Tate Wright has missed 2 extra points.
3 receivers to the right, 2nd and 25, Smargesso. Quarterback draw again by Smargesso. Across the 35. After the 33-yard line. 1:50.
Having no wins in their freshman year to now winning their 6th win and having a winning football season.
3rd and 17 for K-State. Back to throw Smargesso. Being flushed out of the pocket. Now trying to wave guys downfield. Unloads a pass, throwing long, and Al Jones can't make the grab. The ball through his hands. On the far boundary, 5 yards deep in the end zone, and Jones and his defense. K-State will go for it here. More for experience sake than anything else. Is J.J. Smith, the single back behind Smargesso. Smargesso, deep drop, steps up into the pocket. Still moving right, trying to throw the football, and Canny gets sacked. And Missouri, it has been a purple day here in Manhattan, Kansas. 26 second quarter points. A 72-yard drive, 71-yard drive. Quick pass to Saleh, makes the catch. Clock moving at 1:03. And a defense which has been outstanding against one of the better offensive football teams in this league. Back to throw is Handy, and a quarterbacking again. Throws it left side to Saleh. Colorado's taken the lead over Kansas there. 21 seconds left to go in this ball game. Michael Washington gets up to the 40-yard line and is stopped there. 18 seconds left to go in the game. Missouri trying to go without a huddle. K-State trying to get its first shutout in 21 years in the Big 8 Conference. Their last shutout was against Wichita State in 1975. And they've done it against a good offensive football team. That's the point, and that's the footnote at the bottom of the page. Handy back to throw. K-State trying to preserve the shutout. Saleh, or rather, Handy gets hit. He fumbles the football, ball's loose, and Kansas State's got the football as they jar it loose. Somebody hit, I think Sean Dabney hit the quarterback, Handy, and that's going to be the final play. Well, K-State will get a chance to get the football with the clock stopped at 6 seconds, but Kansas State's going to shut out an opponent. They have not beaten Missouri in Manhattan since 1970, only one time since World War II. Stan, it's a new story every week with this football program, and they're on the verge of getting 6 wins.
6 wins, 6 turnovers today by the defense. 7 great quarters of defensive football. The last 3 quarters against Iowa State, they only gave up 142 yards. 4 quarters here. If you really want to talk about championship-type football teams, you talk about defense. We can talk about Kansas State's offense, but look at what the defense has done over the last 7 quarters.
1st and 10 for K-State. They're going to run a toss sweep near side. J.J. Smith. J.J. Smith's at the 40, busted the 50, has one man to beat. He won't get him. Jadlow stops him. Last play of the game. Kansas State has beaten the University of Missouri for the first time in Manhattan since 1970. Only the 2nd time in Manhattan since World War II. Kansas State has a winning season. Today, this football team crossed the line with a winning season for only the 5th time since World War II. 32-0 Wildcats. What it is. what it is. Wind it up with a winning season for Kansas State. It's a big Wildcat victory here in Manhattan. Our postgame in 2 minutes on the Wildcat Network.